Imagine the absolute worst pain you have ever been in. For some people, it could be a terrible medical condition. For others, it could have been a terrible car accident or something of that sort that could have happened to you before. But there's something out there that to many is considered the absolute worst pain that a human being can be in. Some say it's even worse than childbirth. And this is kidney stones. I have suffered from kidney stones. I have gotten kidney stones twice in my life and at a very young age of that. So I have all the experience that, I shouldn't have gotten ever. There are many medical conditions that can be easily avoided. And trust me, this is something that you are going to want to avoid at whatever cost possible. Today I'm going to tell you a bit about kidney stones. I'm going to tell you what kidney stones are. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what causes the onset of kidney stones so that way you might be able to avoid getting them. And I'm also going to go ahead and talk about some personal experience that I've had with kidney stones. So that's what I will go ahead and do today. So to begin with, what exactly are kidney stones? So I'm going to go ahead and talk about how kidney stones are formed and what symptoms develop as a cause of the kidney stones. According to Medical News Today, kidney stones are made up of a buildup of dissolved minerals on the inner lining of the kidneys. Kidney stones are symptomless until they move down to the ureter, where the horrible symptoms develop. And kidney stones can cause a blockage of the tube that connects the kidney to the bladder, which can lead to a severe urinary infection if it's not treated. So basically what happens is that you intake too much of something, too much sodium, too much sugar, and what happens is that it is not dissolved completely and it just starts backing up in the lining of your intestines of your kidney. So eventually that's going to cause the stones, and eventually it can make one to be so big that it's just not going to allow any urine to pass down into the ureter. So I'm going to go ahead and show you an example. This right here is a kidney tube. The water here is going to represent urine. So you pour water down the tube, and as you can see, water passes down like normal. That's how it should be. You urinate, it should get down. Now I'm going to use this water paper right here, and that is going to represent a kidney stone. So what happens is that the lining of your kidney goes all the way down here. So what happens is that the stone is too large for it to pass. There could be some smaller stones. They could pass. You don't really have a problem. You might not have an issue there. But if we manage to jam the stone of the tube, like so, and you hold the tube, you pour the water in, which again represents the urine, and as you can see, nothing comes down. It's all in the paper. Now obviously the paper is going to absorb the water and it's eventually going to go down, but with the kidney stone, that's not going to happen. The stone is going to remain there. So that is what is going to cause the backup of urine, and that's what you're going to get. You could possibly get a really bad urinary infection. Now that you know what kidney stones are and their symptoms, let's go ahead and discuss how you can prevent kidney stones from happening. Kidney stones can be prevented from watching your diet, not too much sodium, not too much sugar, and also drinking an abundance of water, drinking the recommended amount of water, which is 8 cups a day. So again, drink plenty of water. Drinking water, what it does is that it dilutes the substances that creates the stones. So that way, everything comes out clean. There's no chance of the backup of substances happening in the kidney. According to Harvard Health Publishing, eating some foods such as spinach, chocolate, and nuts, those foods contain oxalate, and oxalate is a known contributor to kidney stones. So you can go ahead and eat those. Just take in fact the moderation that needs to be applied in order to avoid them. Also avoid excessive intake of sodium. That is the one of the main factors of kidney stones. So you need to go ahead and avoid sodium and excess amount of sodium as much as possible. Now I'll go ahead and tell you a personal experience that I have had with kidney stones. I got kidney stones when I was in 8th grade, which is a very, very, very young age. It's hardly seen that people get kidney stones. So I called my mother to pick me up that day. I was at school and I had some very severe stomach pain. I called her, she came to pick me up. We went to the hospital, and after a couple hours I was diagnosed with the kidney stones. And the doctors and nurses were extremely surprised, as kidney stones usually are found in people between the age of 20 and 30 for the first time, not 12. That is absolutely unheard of, and it's just crazy. My recovery only took a day, fortunately. I was in the most excruciating pain you can ever think of for about 3 hours that I couldn't stand it. But then they gave me high doses of morphine, and spending the night at the hospital, I was fine. They just told me to drink a lot of water, and I used to drink a 6-pack of soda a day. So that's what caused the onset of the kidney stones. Unfortunately, I only lasted a couple of years without kidney stones. I didn't listen to the doctor, and I ended up getting them again 3 years later. After that, I obviously learned my lesson, and for now, I watch the intake of soda and sodium and drink a lot of water. So today, I spoke to you about kidney stones and what you can do to avoid them. Now you know what kidney stones are, you know what you can do to prevent kidney stones, and you heard some personal experience that I have had with kidney stones. Now you know what kidney stones are and what you can do in order to avoid what could possibly be the worst pains you've ever experienced in your life.